Target 6. I can apply the idea of a scale drawings to real-life situations. A scale drawing would be a map, for example, where we take the distance between two cities that are pretty far apart and we draw it as a smaller picture. It's a scaled down version. A blueprint could be an example of a scale drawing, or even a model car. Anytime you have a scale drawing, it's going to tell you what your scale is. 1 inch for every inch in my map, it's going to be 50 miles in real life, so it's scaled down that much. So in my first example, Susan is driving to Mount Shasta. On her map, she is a distance of 7.75 inches away. The scale of the map is 1 inch equals 50 miles. How far must Susan travel to reach her destination? Whenever you solve scale drawings, problems involving scale drawings, we're going to set up a proportion. The first half of your proportion will always be your scale. 1 inch equals 50 miles. Again, labels will be very important, and it will help you set up the second half of your proportion. She is 7.75 inches away. Now, that's on her map. And inches is on top, so we're going to put 7.75 inches on the top over here. Again, keep your labels in the same spot and your proportion will be set up correctly. And it wants to know how far she must travel to reach her destination. That means our X is down here, and our label is going to be miles because I have miles over here. So now I have my proportion. All I have to do is use cross products to solve. 7.75 times 50 divided by 1. Now to get an answer of 387.5. 387.5 miles. She has 387.5 miles to go before she reaches her destination. The second example would be if I was creating my own map. I could still use the idea of proportions and scale drawings to figure out how far apart to place things on my map. I'm creating a map that shows the route from my house to Shepherd School. I'm going to use a scale of 1 inch equals 5 miles. That's for everything on my map. Shepherd School is 40 miles from my house, and then 15 miles into my drive I see a flock of turkeys. What would this look like on my map? Well, first of all, we're going to start up here is my house, and down here will be Shepherd School. Now I'm going to draw a map from my house to Shepherd School. Now I want to use accurate measurements, so let's figure out some of these measurements. My scale says I'm using 1 inch for every 5 miles. Let's first of all see how far away Shepherd should be on my map. Shepherd School is 40 miles away in real life, so I'm going to put that down on the bottom because I have miles on the bottom here. And then I want to know how far that's going to be on my map. So I have a proportion. 1 times 40 divided by 5. 1 times 40 divided by 5 will give me 8. This is 8 inches. That means if I was drawing this to scale, I would take my ruler, and from here to Shepherd School should be 8 inches. But something else happens. 15 miles into my drive, I see a flock of turkeys. I have to do a second problem. I need to draw those turkeys in somewhere on my map. So I'm still using the scale of 1 inch equals 5 miles. But now 15 miles into my journey, I see those turkeys. I want to know how far that should be on my map. So I have my proportion, 1 inch is to 5 miles, as x inches is it to 15 miles. Use cross products, 1 times 15 divided by 5, and I get 3. Now this tells me 3 inches from my house is when I see those turkeys, because 3 inches is to 15 miles. So I measure with my ruler 3 inches away from my house, and I need to draw a picture of those turkeys that I saw. Now I have a map from my house to Shepherd School, should be 8 inches altogether, and then 3 inches in will be my flock of turkeys.